That's because they're super inconsistent and you never know when you're going to hear from them. So when you do, you get that dopamine.
So this is really, really good insight, but there is a caveat here, and that is, what if you're a woman that's being gamed by a guy? Because it's not just emotionally unavailable people that do this. Savvy men that have experience with women, or men that have purposefully studied how to get emotional response out of you as a woman, will intentionally choose you to have this effect on you for the purposes of bringing you in to a relationship. Now, the dark side is, of course, this can be used for sex or any other selfish purposes as well. So you have to have your awareness and your wits about you to see, what is this person doing and what do they really want? But this will become apparent over time. Just because somebody has this effect on you that she describes in this video does not mean that they're emotionally unavailable. For example, there are plenty of men out there who study and utilize pickup artistry, as cheesy as that sounds, okay? They use that for the purpose of winning over a girl because they grew up in such a way that they had no ability to create attraction with women. And therefore, they study these principles for the express purpose of having an emotionally available relationship. So what do you do if you're a woman and it could either be that they're totally unavailable or they're just somebody that's like super savvy and knows how to press your buttons? How do you tell the difference? Watch what they do after about the 2-month mark. Because on average, they should be reaching out to you about once a week to set up some kind of hangout. And if you're having sex during those times, okay, and nothing else is happening after about 2 months, and if you ask him, hey, what are we doing here after about 2 months, and he's inconclusive, so he may say, hey, well, Benny, that's great, but do I want to risk 2 months of my emotional availability, in the direction of this person that might be emotionally unavailable? You might say, well, that's great, Benny, but I don't want to risk 2 months of my own emotional availability on this person that could theoretically be a risk. I think that's a fine way to think, but here's the thing. No risk, no reward, right? If you win over a man that understands how to have an effect on you as a woman, you are going to benefit from that for the rest of your life. So you don't want to just ask somebody just to protect yourself, right? You don't want to, for example, never invest because you don't want to lose money. So if after about 2 months you say, hey, what are we doing here? And they're inconsistent, give them the axe. But if they put forth weekly consistent effort over those 2 months and you say, hey, what are we doing here? And he's like, I don't know. What are we doing here? And you're like, well, I want you to be with somebody else. And they're like, okay, cool. Now you have yourself a relationship with a man that can affect your feelings in such a way that any other average Joe or nice guy could ever do. If you want a situation audit with your own person or your own situation, click in my profile, click this link down here and hit me up. Let's have a chat about where you're at.